Hello YouTubers, Joe Kersey here on Wednesday, June 15th, 2016 at 15:10 in the afternoon, Eastern Time. Estimated tax day for those of us in the United States who pay estimated income tax on a quarterly basis. I'd taken care of that a couple of weeks ago, but if you haven't done it, you have till midnight tonight to get it in, or at least postmark. After the sort of the emotional crunch of the last few days here about this Orlando stuff, life life does go on, as it must and should. And yesterday, was it yesterday? Well, anyway, yes, actually, it was yesterday. My friend Tony in Seattle said he was sending me a package, and that was sometime almost might have been even a little over a week ago. And it arrived yesterday afternoon, and I neglected to send him a thank you email immediately, but I did this morning. And it consisted of some, several items. We have the International Garlic Cookbook, and it is by let's see. It says Food Photography by Stephen Mark Needham. And then it's by Collins Publishers in San Francisco. The editor is Mary McVean. I don't see an actual author for the text, but it's very wonderfully done. The food photographs are quite spectacular. And anybody who's ever tried to photograph food, which I never have done, but I'm told it's one of the more difficult things to photograph. In fact, there's a place over here in Westerville just down the road that at one point used to photograph most of the food for ads, any ad that had food in it in the United States for a long time. I don't know, it might still be doing it. But Tony and I have been talking about garlic last week, and they've, all the recipes include, there's 50 recipes in here, and from all around the world, and they all feature garlic in some way, shape, or form. All of these things sound pretty good to me. I've rarely eaten Indian food. I might, actually give that a shot here. Well, here's something that they say is an Indian meal. It's called royal beans. Hell, I've made that, for myself many a time. But what I've not done is I've not had some of the more Indian type spices. Some of that Indian food looks like it's very, very good. I've never actually had any Indian food. Interestingly, the Vindaloo doesn't have a picture. So that's a wonderful book. And there's the back photograph. You got all the garlics. And then he sent me I believe this is a sort of a garlic roasting pot. I may be wrong. It's a clay, ceramic clay pot. Here's the lid. There's that. I guess you can roast your garlic in that. Now, obviously you can roast it in the oven, but this thing looks like you might be able to, but if you put a spacer on it between the electric stove burner and this, you could use it on the stove, rather than firing up the whole oven for just this little thing. And then he included two heads of garlic. One of which, most of one of which was pretty much devoured last night, both raw and in food. So, many thanks to you, Tony BZ out in Seattle, and check out his channel if you have not done so. In other news, Paul went to the doctor today, and essentially all is well. He's on he's on this little Medicaid interlude, so it's like he asked for what's the copay, and they said no copay. Just he had blood drawn, and I guess the doc looked him over a bit. Sounded like they had a little conversation about his new job. Okay. He went in there very early. This appointment was at 8:20, so he was out of here by he left about 7:50 or 7:45 in the morning. He got back about 9:30. I was going to go to the store to get more supplies, but the traffic was so bad that by the time I sort of was ready to go around 10 to 8, it was just too much traffic. So tomorrow morning I'm going to get up early and zip over there early in the morning and do my shopping. I'll get some. While I'm there, I'll get some garlic, and actually, I'll go to Walmart to get the garlic. And Thursday's meat markdown day in Walmart, so I'll see if I can get some markdown meat at Walmart. So that's my tentative, well, not tentative, it's going to have to be pretty much permanent plan for tomorrow morning, because this is getting low. Yesterday, quite unexpectedly and happily, my son came up for a couple, 3 hours, and we had a very wonderful conversation about many things. He had been over at the new Cabela's over down on Polaris or off Polaris, about a mile and a half west of us. And he was buying some shooting supplies. And so Carter's enjoying his day camp situation, and Kelly's sister had her twins safely and healthily, and that's good. So Carter's got 2 new cousins, which brings the total up to 3. And that's pretty much it. We had just a fairly strong, thundery line of, or cluster really, of showers come through that were, well, heavy downpours is more accurate. Around about, let's see. That happened about 1:30 to 2:30. But that's been about it. Paul had a little nap. I've been doing some YouTubing. I've been trying to do some email stuff. Had a new individual join our prayer group at church. So that's been it. But many thanks, Tony in Seattle, for the all and sundry. So I'll say bye-bye, YouTubers.